What's up, everybody? Max Whitman here, and we have made it to WWF Survivor Series 1994. We are in front of a crowded, packed house at the Texas Coliseum in front of 32,000 screaming fans. Will Chris Jericho defeat Bret Hart and become the youngest World Wrestling Federation champion in history? Who will become number one contender to that World Wrestling Federation title at the Royal Rumble? Who will win the Tag Team Championship? And what else is in store in Survivor Series? Folks, I am Max Whitman. Welcome to the show. It's going to be a good one. We're going to jump right into it. We got no pre-show here. We got a heck of a show. It's almost 3 hours long. Fell just a little bit short. I'm hoping that this show blows the roof off the Texas Coliseum. But let's just jump right into it. And we're going to open up with your standard your video package to open up the show. It's just running down the Jericho versus Bret Hart match. It scores a 90. It's a great way to open the show. Little gamey. I like to do these when I want to get the show off to a real hot start. It does just that. Just a quick little 5-minute video segment. Yeah, but it scores us a 90. So it's a great way to get the crowd off to a hot start. And we are jump right into it. We've got we have our tag team, number one contender, tag team qualifier match. This is the Power Cats and the Smoking Guns versus Yoko Crush and the Head Shrinkers. And about that had decent wrestling, didn't have much heat. Yokozuna and Crush and the Head Shrinkers defeated Jeff the Persian, or whatever, the Power Cats. It scores a 69. Basically what happens is we end up with Yoko Crush and the Power Cats as the final two teams in it. So Yokozuna and Crush eliminate, the Power Cats are going to eliminate the Head Shrinkers first. Yoko and Crush, they end up eliminating the Smoking Guns, and then Yoko Crush defeats the Power Cats to earn their way into the World Tag Team title match. It's not a bad match here, 69. It's a decent open. Yokozuna really shone in this match. What did Yoko pull? Let's see what he got. Hey, Yoko, 78 again. Yokozuna, a good solid contributor. Yoko Crush, good team. They'll be heading on later on tonight to take on the team of Sid Vicious and Adam Bomb, the current World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. Moving on, we get an angle. This is going to be Team HBK backstage. They're cutting a promo. They say they will walk out. They will win tonight's match. They will win the four-way match, and they will be the ones competing in that four-way elimination match. Again, it scores an 87. It's a hell of a performance. Let's see. What do we got here? Owen Hart did a masterful job improvising. I'm actually surprised about that. HBK was good. Undertaker was good. Everything looked pretty good. Taker not suited to his gimmick. That's because he's a babyface. He's the dead man gimmick is a heel gimmick. He's a babyface working it. Whatever. I'll take the little bit of a penalty. I'm not going to ruin that gimmick. But it scores an 87. It's a good hype promo there. Then we get Tatanka versus Jerry Lawler. It's kind of a throw-in match. But it turns out Tatanka and Lawler have great chemistry together. They pull a 74. Tatanka's going to win in just over 10 minutes by pinfall with the Tomahawk Chop. You know what? Maybe this will turn off into a feud. Maybe it won't be a one-off. They got great chemistry. Pull a 74 here on pay-per-view. Good, solid performance. Jerry's kind of been my fall guy for some of my upper mid-carders. But maybe it's worth putting together a storyline. Stay tuned to some creative meetings. We may find Jerry Lawler and Tatanka in a storyline together. But a 74, good segue into an angle featuring Razor Ramon and Bam Bam Bigelow. So here what's going to happen is basically Razor's backstage. He's cutting a promo, says that tonight the bad guy is going to lead his team to victory. I don't know if that was a good impression or not. But yeah, so Bam Bam basically shows up, says, you just stay out of my way, and we'll be on our way. So it scores a 91. Again, a really good job. It says Razor did a poor job improvising, which surprises me. Razor usually a lock on the mic, but it doesn't seem to really have given us too big of a penalty because we still pull a 91. And that will segue us right into the the 8-man tag match. In a good match, The Undertaker, Owen Hart, Diesel, and Shawn Michaels defeat Razor, Bam Bam, Luger, and Steiner in 20 minutes, when Owen Hart defeats Rick Steiner by submission with the sharpshooter. It pulls an 80 grade. Pretty good, solid match here. Shawn Michaels seemed off his game. But But other than that, we looked okay. Owen pulls in 83, Undertaker in 93, HBK in 92, Diesel in 80, Steiner back up with a 70 again, Luger is 70, Bam Bam is 75, and Razor is 76. It advances most of our storylines here, HBK and Diesel, Razor and Bam Bam, and the Harts and Steiners. All those storylines advance. One gained heat, one lost heat, one stayed the same. But 80, pretty good solid rating. So we will get, later on tonight, we'll get a 4-way elimination match. Diesel versus HBK versus Undertaker versus Owen Hart. With the winner of that match securing a spot in the main event at the 1995 Royal Rumble to face the winner, most likely, of Chris Jericho, Bret Hart tonight. There is still 1 month in between where that title could change hands. But whoever wins that match will secure that spot in the main event. Moving on, just going to be a simple angle with Chris Jericho. He's cutting a promo talking about how tonight he will make history in the World Wrestling Federation when he becomes the youngest World Heavyweight Champion in history. And you can lock that in and hedge your bets because that is happening tonight. Next up, we get Yokozuna and Crush versus Sid and Adam Bomb for the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team titles. I don't know why I like saying the whole name. I just like the way it flows off the tongue. I used to like when Vince McMahon said it when I was a kid. I don't know if that's weird, but I like the way it sounds. The World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championships, way better than WWE. And we're going to get Yokozuna and Crush defeat Sid and Bomb in 16 minutes. Yokozuna defeats Adam Bomb by pinfall. Yokozuna and Crush win the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. Should I do a little think? I think I'll do a little finkle. Your winners, and the new World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. I feel like that started off okay, ended kind of crappy. Yokozuna and Crush. That's a terrible Finkel impression. Anyway, Yoko and Crush win the titles. Adam Bomb takes the pinfall. Little side note, I didn't make a segment for it here, didn't make an angle, but Sid's giving Bomb a little bit of a look. Like he's a little pissed that Sid took the pinfall. Nothing crazy, they still help each other to the back, but Sid does flash him a little bit of eyes, a little bit of psycho eyes. Yokozuna 79, Sid Vicious a 77, and then a 62 for Crush and a 54 for Adam Bomb. So the 54 probably dragged that down a little bit, but not too bad. Honestly, the 76, that's about what I was expecting for that tag team match. We'll move right on into an Undertaker segment. It's just the Undertaker backstage saying that tonight, everyone else in that ring, all 3 other men, will rest in peace, and he will stake his claim to the WWF title. Then we get Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker versus Owen Hart. We get our 4-way elimination match. In a superb match, The Undertaker defeats Shawn Michaels, Owen Hart, and Diesel in 25 minutes. The order of elimination was Owen Hart first, then Diesel, and finally Shawn Michaels. So The Undertaker pins Shawn Michaels in the end of the match to secure his spot and head on to the Royal Rumble to face whoever may be the WWF champion at that time. Shawn Michaels in 93, Undertaker in 93, Owen in 83, and Diesel in 84. Just a solid performance. I like the 84, about where I expected it to be. I was hoping a little bit higher, but not a terrible grade. I'll take that. A B+ is a good, solid grade. Hopefully the main event tears it down. I'm not 100% sure. Hoping that main event comes in. I was expecting around 84, 85. So we'll see. But we'll segue into our next segment here. It's Bret Hart walking from backstage down to the ring. It's your typical WWF. Pan up from the boots. Here comes your World Heavyweight Champion. It's going to bring us right into our main event. And our main event just scores an 81. Kind of falls a little flat. Not unexpected. But in a good match, Chris Jericho defeats Bret Hart in 29 minutes and 37 seconds by submission with a Lion Tamer. Chris Jericho wins the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship. Bret pulls in 82, Jericho a 75, and Jericho was off his game. The 75 is a great performance. We'll go ahead at this point, if you haven't been watching the creative, if you didn't watch the last creative meeting? Yeah, the last creative meeting that would have gone up right before this. If you didn't watch that, you didn't get the spoilers. Bret Hart quit. So we'll just say in kayfabe now, I'll announce it now. The WWF issues a press conference. Bret Hart quits the WWF and signs a contract with WCW. What happened? I don't really know. He's been pissy since day one of this save. I got a message a couple times that he was upset with the pressure of being the figurehead. So maybe that had something to do with it. He did have a little bit of a losing streak early on in his feud with Owen, but he won that feud. But he just kind of never bounced back from it. He's been angry all 5 months that I've been playing this, and it finally came to a head, and he put in his resignation. So if you watched the creative meeting, you saw the struggle, decide who I was going to put over him at Survivor Series. His contract ends the day after. It's very reminiscent of '97, frankly. Thought about The Undertaker, thought about a lot of different guys. In the end, decided, you know what? F it. We're giving the belt to Jericho, and strapping the rocket to him and pushing him to the moon. Side note, because of that, Jericho has gained the loyal to WWF trait. So that's an awesome development there. He's gained the WWF loyalty trait. Downside, Bret Hart leaves, signed with WCW. We are in the middle of a national battle with them. That is going to hurt a little bit. But they have one or two guys on their main event coming up as well. Their contracts are coming up to expire. And so we'll see if we can grab one from them. But that's what we get. 81 for the main event. We have a new World Heavyweight Championship, the youngest heavyweight champion in history. And let's see where we are with our rating here. An 82. Not terrible. No specific comments. Doesn't raise popularity, doesn't drop popularity. Puts it right about where we expected it to be. Main event dragged a little bit. Wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. I was hoping they'd pull about an 84, 85. But it is what it is. Jericho's super young, just kind of learning on the fly there. So, we make an 82. Let's make a speech here. Let's get Chris Jericho, of course. He's the new World Heavyweight Champion, so let's praise him. Well, let's give Jericho a hug. Jericho's going to get a hug. Let's say Bret Hart. Let's tell him he's worthless. And The Undertaker. The Undertaker, we're going to point him out as a good example. So we're going to make that speech. Jericho was very happy. Bret Hart was irritated. And The Undertaker seemed pleased. So that's our show for tonight. Survivor Series is in the book. It took us seemingly forever to get here. But we got there. And I got to be honest, I'm actually kind of reinvigorated with this save. I really... really drew out, and I was bored of it. I just wasn't really feeling it anymore. But sometimes distance makes the heart grow fonder. Am I right? Or am I right? I'm right. Because me, when I'm right, I'm right. And me, I'm always right. But no, so it's actually nice to get back into this. It's good to get back into it. I'm excited for it. I hope you can hear that excitement in my voice, because I am. I really feel like this has breathed new life into it. I'm kind of stuttering here because I'm reading that I'm being sued. I'm being sued by Duke Droese. Unhappy at his recent firing, he's filed a wrongful termination lawsuit and is looking to be awarded damages to cover his earnings. Uh-oh. So basically what happened, Duke Droese showed up late 4 times. I gave him a slap on the wrist, I fined him, I suspended him, finally I fired him. So we will see if he's going to win this case. I don't know how that works. This has never happened before to me in TEW. So if you've ever dealt with something like this, leave a comment below. Tell me what happens. Is it possible that I can win this case? Am I going to lose this case? Is it going to affect me financially? I don't know. But thanks for stopping by. It's been a blast. I've had a lot of fun with this show. We're going to keep right on rolling into In Your House and then straight through to Royal Rumble. If you watch some of the creative meetings, I got most stuff planned out through Royal Rumble. Couple of main event. I got the main event for WrestleMania is already set. Don't want to spoil that here. Watch the creative meeting if you want it. But yeah, we got our main event set for WrestleMania, and I'm looking forward to kind of tearing through it. So thanks for stopping by. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like, leave a subscribe. We're at 49 subscribers right now at the time I'm making this video. Hopefully there'll be more by the time this video goes up. But we're going to have a little something special planned when we hit that 50 mark. Don't know what it is yet, but when we hit that 50 subscriber mark, we're going to do a little something special. So go ahead and hit subscribe. I really appreciate it. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram is obviously at Book It Better. Same at Twitter. Book It Better 1, I'm sorry, at Twitter. But yeah, so thanks for stopping by. Come on back again. Join us next time.